Yes.
All right, Dylan, thanks a lot. Now to a new series we're kicking off this morning, your summer safety checklist. Today, we're talking water safety. According to the CDC, an average of 10 Americans die every day from drowning, and 20% of those are 14 or younger.
And here with what we need to know before we head out to the beach or even a pool is Wyatt Wornith, national spokesperson for the American Lifeguard Association. Good morning. Good to see you.
Hey, Wyatt.
Hey, thanks for having me.
You got all your gear here. I want to start off with the kids. I learned to swim in my 40s, late 40s. But when you have a child in the home, what's the right age to approach it?
Believe it or not, 6 months.
6 months?
Wow. Yes. If you can imagine, it's not really swimming. It's a survival technique. If a kid falls into the water, the pool, it's taught to flip over, naturally stay calm, and just float and be able to breathe.
And as someone who has young kids, pool safety is so critical. You got to always have an adult around. You've got to have, hopefully you've got life vests too. Walk us through some of these over here and which we should be thinking about for our kids.
Yes, absolutely. The most important thing is to learn how to swim.
Yeah.
These are just products that assist. They are not going to ultimately save your life. The swimming is.
They're confidence
They're
builders.
confidence builders,
Okay.
correct. They work in conjunction with the fact that kids swim. So what happens is too many parents rely on them to float the kid around, and they leave them unattended, which is the other thing, like you said, you got to watch them. So these are just, they're life supports to a degree. They're Coast Guard approved. We recommend that people do not go out and buy something out of Walmart or Kmart or a generic store unless it's Coast Guard approved, and they're labeled. We have labeling here.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys post that's it right there. And it tells you right at the top of that it's Coast Guard approved.
Okay, and it's not just life jackets, though. There are other things, right? Like the floaties?
Well, there's a variety. We could do a whole show on life jackets themselves. I was in the Coast Guard, and it's a whole class that we take for almost 8 hours to learn the Type 1, Type 2, Type 3. And there are a variety. That's the important part, is to learn. The Type 1s are the offshore, something if there's not going to be rescue, they have head-up capability to keep the people floating face up. The Type 2s are common in recreational boating near shore with the probability of being rescued. And Type 3s are what a lot of kids, like this one here that we have, they're the ones that wear in the pool. Type 3s are kind of an assortment, and if rescue's very available.
So you have a rule. You say before you go out the door, know before you go. What does that mean?
Yeah, know before you go. What I like to tell people is to research the location that you're going to, like with the signs that we have posted. You can go online and find out about the topography, the bottom of the ocean. If there are lifeguards, it's very important to swim near a lifeguard. Things like that. It's just know before you go. Also, learn to swim. Learn all the different things about the dangers.
And you were saying know before you go. I mean, there's pool safety, and then there's a certain level of safety or different level when you're at the beach and in the ocean. Riptides, we talk about that every year, the number of lives lost in riptides.
Yeah, it's very tragic. We actually had an issue I read in the paper today in New Jersey, I believe. 42, I don't even think they've found them yet. But that's a very tragic, all too common news is that people go out into the water. Obviously, we don't know the circumstances behind what happened exactly, but if people get caught in rip currents and they don't know how to swim, or if they panic, they're going to go under, and it's tragic.
We're showing an important sign right there. How do you swim out of a rip current?
Well, that's a good question. There's 3 components of a rip current. It's the feeder, which pushes the people into it. The neck is down the middle, the deep part, and then the head where it disperses out deeper into the water. People get caught in the rip current, and they can see the beach, see the people on the beach. They want to get back, so they start struggling.
What should you do quickly?
What you need to do is swim parallel, left or right.
Okay.
Swim out to shallow water, and then you can make your way back.
Well, it's a lot of information. You got through some critical parts that people need to know today, and we'll keep exploring these safety tips. Wyatt, thank you very much.
Thanks,
we really
Wyatt.
appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
And by the way, to learn more about water safety and where to find CPR lessons, in fact, in your area, go to today.com.